You tell me this.
And now, back to Cloak and Dagger with host Thane Riddle.
Hello.
Hi.
I didn't see you come in there. I'm here with my guest, Alena Vranova, founder of GART.
KGB spy.
Yeah, sexy KGB spy. You just tell
Hello,
him
Thane.
who you are.
I'm not a spy, because if I was, I wouldn't tell you. I'm a girl born and raised in a communist Czechoslovakia. Lover of personal freedom, hence hater of snitches. Business developer, basically, of freedom tech. And so really happy to be here on this podcast specifically, because it's really aligned with what I love and what I'm aiming for in life as well. So thanks for having me.
Are you saying that as someone who's actually heard the show before?
Believe it or not, yes.
Oh, really? I was gonna say, get ready to be very ashamed that you said that. So yeah, you founded. Actually, here I'm gonna ask you this cheesy question that I ask guests sometimes. How has privacy and security come up in your life?
How did it come up? Growing up where I did, you never knew who's a spy. And it could be your neighbor, it could be some of your closest people in life. And I think that may have shaped me in a way of form to today. And eventually, after trying a career in risk management and building businesses in insurance business, which was kind of odd for me, because I always saw myself more of a creative person. I stumbled upon Bitcoin, and that was it. I quit my day job and started a company that developed the first hardware wallet, Trezor. And that's it. Never looked back.
Oh, you're from what's their name? That company that makes Trezor.
Satoshi Labs. Yeah.
Satoshi Labs. You're one of the founders of Satoshi Labs?
Yes, indeed.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I'm a big fan of Trezor. I always recommend Trezor for the most part.
Oh, thank you.
On the show. I mean, there's some good Bitcoin only wallets, but I'm a big Monero guy, and I'm a multi-coiner, and I think, Trezor still seems to be the best pick for multi-coin hardware wallets. That's super cool. I mean, hey, GART is cool and all. We're going to talk on the show, but about GART a lot. But that's some major chops. You got some street cred. So yeah, tell them what GART is.
Well, GART is a continuation of Trezor, actually, because with Trezor we kind of solved a little part of the digital threats out there, but not enough. And somehow, with time, I realized that there is physical security that a lot of people like you and me underestimate. People are not prepared, not ready for what's coming. And I've been, thinking about these topics for many years, but just like since 2025, I realized that physical attacks are escalating in the crypto world, that people that are not necessarily, the OGs and the big names, but just normal people get kidnapped and extorted through crypto. AI is growing, and deepfakes scams are huge. So we are facing a new reality, and most people are just not ready. So last year I started Guard so that we can teach people better habits, being more attentive to their, to their life, to the circumstances, to being able to spot surveillance, to be able to have their digital privacy in check, or better in check as much as it's possible. And so last year we started providing trainings. It's basically a program that's taking a day or two, and it goes through understanding the threat landscape, if you will, knowing what criminals do, how they do it, how they do their reconnaissance, how they approach their victims, and then get ready and try to prevent, because prevention is way better than reaction to some bad situation. So we started with that, and along that I thought, okay, like you have all these layers of protection. You have a graphene on your phone, and using VPNs, and you know how to use airplane mode and whatnot, and you have hardware wallets, you have a multi-sig, all these things in place. Then you have good residential security. You are aware of your surroundings, and maybe some of your listeners have some weapons and training, but then still all these layers of protection can fail eventually, and you may find yourself in a situation where some bad guys grab you, or even worse, they grab your wife or your mom. And then what do you do? And then I was looking at
Depends how much
existing
you like
alert
them.
apps. Sorry?
Depends how much you like them.
How much? Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that people just live and surround themselves with people that they like. Hopefully,
That would be nice.
if that's not the case, well, they have much more problems in life than these. So yeah, I was looking at different alert apps and panic buttons and whatnot as the like final call. When everything fails and you need to summon help. How do you do that? And how do you do it in a private way? So we started developing Guard app, which is the first stealth or completely private way to alert your circle of trust, the people that you you want to know. You want them to know that something is happening. Yeah, there's a bunch of problems that we wanted to fight, especially realizing that most of the tracking apps and geolocation sharing apps are basically surveillance tech. The companies that are running these apps are gathering data, selling those data, not just to data brokers, but also handing over to law enforcement. Some of the big names, they have special platforms for law enforcement data collection. Then big tech like Google and Apple, or Meta, X, you name them, they all hand over user data to EDRs, which is a tool of law enforcement to request emergency data. However, not just these bad guys do that, but also the criminals. They found out that if they spoof an email address of law enforcement and falsify these EDR documents, they can get their hands on the data of just anyone within, a day.
Maybe we
So
can do
that's
that
all
for
bad.
like snitch hotlines. Find out who the snitches are by spoofing. Just an idea.
A counterattack. I love the way you're thinking, Thane. So this was the reason I didn't find anything for myself that I would want to use. And so I said, okay, let's build something that I want to use, and hopefully other people will want to use it too.
Well, it's a super cool idea. It's way up my alley because I spend all my time talking about how we need decentralized markets for mercenaries. And I've got my insurrectionary agorism manifesto. So yeah, this is kind of going in that direction of, starting with a little grassroots emergency app thing. So let's fucking dive into it. So basically in this thing, the one who wants to send alerts makes a group, and they're the group owner. They add trusted contacts to the group called watchers who will get the alerts. And it's built on Nostr and shit. And it's end-to-end encrypted?
Yep, exactly. They're encrypted, so my company will never know who is using the app, who is owning a group, and who are the watchers. Neither we will know what's the contents of the alerts. So the way it's done, we use, as you said, Nostr to relay the messages. Why? Because I don't want to run any servers to relay the alerts. I want redundancy, and I don't want anything that anyone can DDoS or steal when there's a high value target. It would be easy to figure out, okay, this person is using guard, let me DDoS guard and take him down. So that was one reason for Nostr, but Nostr solves this problem but doesn't solve the privacy aspect, and doesn't solve the data analysis, basically, because it's by default very open protocol.
Yeah.
And so we figured we need to encrypt everything. What we do, first of all, when someone wants to log into the Guard app, we do not use any phone numbers or emails or anything like that. We just use a Nostr ID. When you log in with your Nostr ID, if you don't have one, and the app just creates one. I just love this about Nostr because it's the easiest, the best onboarding of users ever seen. Just type your name and click login, and voila, you have your npub and sec done. And then the app creates a different key. So we call it a system key. Basically using a split key cryptography here to divide whatever is happening within the app and your main Nostr ID. It's also practical because when people want to use some remote signers, these apps that remotely sign you in, it would be extremely impractical in the moment when you need to trigger an alert to have to confirm it on your Ember or different. So that would be kind of not great. So we create the system key, and that is basically your internal guard operator. And then with some gift wrapped invitations, you invite someone to watch over you. They have to accept, and when they accept, they receive a finder key, which is a key of the group that decrypts your alerts. You encrypt them to the finder key, and whoever has the private key of that group can decrypt. So all the alerts basically travel publicly over Nostr network. You can see them. Actually, I just vibe coded a little live stats page or live feed. You can go to guard.io/live and see all the alerts that are happening, and actually verify that they're all encrypted, because you cannot see what's inside. And I think I'm quite happy with this, because there were some other proposals for alerting systems over Nostr, but they would basically give a complete social graph to potential attackers, who could just go and see who's messaging whom and who's alerting whom. So with these groups and with the split key crypto approach, we can achieve a really, really good privacy. And
Now, off
still,
the
it's
top of your head, do you know what cryptographic algorithms are used? Are they post-quantum by any chance?
yes, they are actually. Nostr is quite cool in this. It's encrypted for the technical people. It's encrypted to NIP44. And so let me just open. I'm not a programmer nor developer, but I'll try my best to explain it.
Yeah, I might
So
have a few ones like that.
so
Because
there's
I mean, there could be you know, a part of it that's not post-quantum, right? Like usually it's the key exchange algorithm that's usually the weak point.
mhm.
Do you know if the key exchange algorithm is post-quantum?
Well, Nostr should be all right post quantum in general, and this NIP44 it's a ciphertext, some version 2, then with some nonce and CHA-20 payload, and HMAC SHA-256. So if you go to that live feed, you can just hover over any of the alerts and see how it's encrypted. I'm not an expert in cryptography, by the way. I'm a business person. I have ideas. I know what I want. I know what tools I want to use, and I just yell at the developers to do that. So that's how it
Yeah,
works.
that's the dream. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I need to look into this shit. I'm not confident that NIP44 or whatever the standard is post-quantum, because when I was talking to, I had fuck, what's it called, noise or something? There, you know the IM thing that's made on Nostr, uh, white noise. Yeah, you
Yep.
heard of that?
Yep.
They
Max.
weren't post-quantum yet. And I feel like if post-quantum was a standard for encrypted stuff on Nostr, that they would be using it. So I don't know about that.
Mhm.
But yeah, whatever. We'll have to look into that later.
Yeah. You'll have to ask Max from White Noise. He's much better at these things.
Oh, I did. Yeah, he was on the show.
Yeah.
But hold on. Let me find my place in my fucking notes over here. So you can't currently be an owner of more than one group in the same GART app, right?
Not right now.
Yeah,
Right
that would be
now,
nice
like,
to have.
yeah, I know. And that's coming. But we wanted to release something that works and people can
Yeah.
start testing.
Can you trigger the emergency notification from like a locked phone, like by pressing the power button a bunch of times or something?
That's a tough one. We are trying to look into that. Like, we looked into using widgets, but those are stupid because you have a widget on the screen and the systems don't allow you to uh, uh, push and hold, which is the way GART is designed. So we want to avoid accidental triggers. That's why the button, you have to really hold it for about 2 seconds and then the alert launches. Clicking the volume buttons is something that we're looking into, but I'm not extremely confident that we can do that, simply
Well,
because
I recall that back in the day, I mean, I know Android changes all the time and fucks over developers, but back in the day, emergency notification apps, you could activate the emergency state by like pressing a button on the side of like a volume button
yeah,
or the power button,
yeah,
which is ideal because you don't want to have to unlock the phone, ideally.
yeah. Well, I think that the app is a step one,
Yeah.
and a future has something much more cool uh, coming. But yeah, I probably should not talk too much about that right now. I think the app is just a first step to have it ready. Worst
Now,
case, we just
how it works right now is when you trigger the emergency state, it updates the watchers on the location every 15 minutes, right?
Yes.
Are you thinking of allowing that to be configurable? Because
Yeah.
15 minutes kind of seems long. Okay, good.
Yeah. In the next versions.
Does it
So
gracefully handle being offline? Like if you trigger the emergency state when you're offline, does it keep trying to see if you get online?
it will, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Obviously you cannot send anything when you're offline. I would love some good mesh, for this.
right,
Right now,
right.
we just depend on the legacy systems and having people connected through their data or Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Um,
If you want to get weird and cool later on, I guess you could play with something like like Reticulum has an Android app for interfacing with like a Reticulum device that it could be a LoRa device. So then,
yeah, we
but
looked
that's
into
kind of
LoRa.
yeah.
That was like LoRa was actually the first thing that I had on my mind, but the coverage is still super low, and when it comes to situations of life and death, you want delivery, and yeah,
Well, you can
I would
send it
love.
over all the channels available at once.
Mhm. Yeah.
And ideally, you have some sort of local mesh LoRa or whatever infrastructure so that it can be bounced further,
Mhm.
but whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Um, Now, oh yeah, your documents hinted at some sort of alert redundancy. Is the alert sent to more than one Nostr node for redundancy?
Yeah, there's a couple of relays listed. Right now, we have a few hard-coded. Eventually, I hope to allow people to, add their own relays and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I, I really, for me, reliability is number one priority.
as it should be.
And yeah, and so if once you allow people to start, tinkering with the relays and removing them, and then they will yell at you like, "Oh, it didn't work when I needed it to." Yeah, maybe your relay was down for some reasons, and I really don't want that. This is something that
Well, that's why you have
um
redundancy, right? You send it to a bunch of relays.
yes.
There's also metadata concerns, right? Like it would be nice to use different relays each time and stuff for like metadata obfuscation.
Mhm. Well, there's not much metadata that you can get. Like, look at that live feed. And you can see hex of the sender, but that's about it. You don't have much of that. You cannot really create a good social graph based on the way that it's designed right now. Metadata, like you can observe when alerts are happening. You don't know who is sending them. You don't know whom to, and you don't know the contents of it.
Now, I know that there's predefined alert messages and watchers can tap, I'm handling this. But I take it there's also some sort of messaging in the group so that watchers could maybe coordinate to respond
Yeah.
to an emergency or okay.
Mm-hmm. But all the chat messages are encrypted as well. So that should be fine. The alert messages are twofold. There's a test alert. So when you create your group, you can simply test the alert with each of the watchers, with all of them or each separately. And that test alert has a hard-coded GPS to Mount Everest so that you don't, unnecessarily tell your watchers where you are when you're just testing. And it has a hard-coded message that's saying, don't panic. I really, I love that message because if there's any older people knowing,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or something?
yes, I'm glad that you know this one. So there's don't panic message, and then there's the live alert, which obviously then has the real GPS location, and you can also predefine your own alert message. And this is a crucial thing in the design, because one thing is to alert the people, and the other thing is to not have them panic. And if you leave instructions what exactly those people should do, then everyone just simply goes and executes step 1, step 2, step 3. So typically the alert message would contain, okay, if I triggered alert, call me. You can call me on this number, or whatever. If you reach me, you can verify whether I'm under duress simply by challenging me like this. And the challenge can be something like, hey, are you coming for the dinner tomorrow? And if I say, hey, yes, sure, I'll see you then, it's fine. That's a safe word. If I say, oh, sorry, I have a football match tomorrow, you know that I'm under duress. If you don't reach me, then within the, try twice or 3 times. If you don't reach me within an hour or 30 minutes, then here's the numbers to, I don't know, my mom or my lawyer or my boss, whoever you have in the group and whatever is relevant, and call the police. Police, like, we still have to work with them, and in most countries they
Yourself.
might actually help. And so you call the police and you tell them, listen, Thane is an exposed person and a high risk person, and he just triggered alert while we have a security protocol in place. And if he triggers alert, I'm to call you. I'm the first responder, and I'm to share his GPS location, and put stuff in motion and get him rescued. I would
think
love
the
to.
Bludgies know that if Thane Riddle's sending them an alert, it's probably an ambush.
What do you mean?
If I'm look, the cops know me. Okay, cops around the world know me, and they know
listening
that if
to you, maybe they're big fans.
Yeah, that's they're saboteurs and informants on the inside. That's right.
So, okay, maybe we would say not Thane, but your other name, and they wouldn't know. Obviously, in some countries, you don't do that. Like, you don't want to call the police in India or Nigeria because they're most likely on it with the criminals. But then there are some countries where police can actually help, and that's me saying that while not really being a huge fan of the state. And
Now,
of course,
what bits of GART, what the GART app is doing or whatever, are centralized? Because obviously something is centralized, right? Like fucking bug reports and shit. What exactly is centralized here right now?
well, the app interface, we are building it, we are releasing it, so you need to use it, or you can just build your own, and that's fine too. And that's about it. We have we run a Blossom server. That's, you can call it centralized, but that can change easily. We run it right now just to ensure that the backups of the data are there. Of course, all the backups to the Blossom server are fully encrypted to the user's key. So we can see the backups on the server, but we always see is a blob, and that's it. So that's to ensure usability. That people can lose their phones. They need to log in again, log out. So this is happening. The backups are happening, I think once a day, and automatically on logout. So that's centralized. But that can be solved easily by just, adding more Blossom servers.
And your website talks about onboarding right now with the language enroll as a beta tester. Does that need some kind of centralized approval or something? Like, what does that mean?
No, there's no centralized approval. Anyone with a Nostr identity can just log in. We cannot cancel anyone's account because we wouldn't know how. We could possibly, if there's someone abusing the Blossom server and uploading huge, porn files or something like that, maybe we could, uh, because right now all the users are whitelisted to post their backups to the Blossom server, so we could potentially delist someone, right, from the backups.
Right.
But
yeah, but it
we
wouldn't
can't
break
really.
the main functionality of the guard app.
No.
And which nodes, Nostr nodes, have you hard coded right now?
Oh, let me open thing. So there's the Damos relay, nos.lol, nostr.wine, the primal relay, nostr.mom, and there's a relay nostr band, which is semi-working, not always. So there's 5 or 6 relays right now. None of them is run by us, and I would love to keep it that way. Simply to, keep ourselves out of the alert relaying process.
Yeah. Now, the site says if you enroll now, you get early bird access for or early bird status for life. What the hell is that?
We couldn't find a better word. We'll just treat our beta testers with love forever and ever. And probably some perks. I honestly, we don't have perfect plans for that right now, but eventually we will start selling some subscriptions to allow people to buy more cool features, and so probably these people will get some extra treatment and probably some more education for free and stuff like that. But yeah, we
Well,
really.
yeah, I was going to ask, how and when are you hoping to monetize GART? How the hell is that going to work?
Yeah, like once we're out of beta, we will release new features, and those features will be probably paid.
Well, yeah, but how?
Like, how paid, or how we handle the subscription?
Yeah, like how will you take payments? Is this just payments in exchange for software releases or what?
For features. So we will have one app, and it will be the same app basically. While if you pay us some money, you'll get the features unlocked that the people who will want to just use the free app will not have available, and that's how we're gonna do it.
Right.
We still need to figure out a few things around that. Obviously,
Well,
we
yeah,
will accept.
that brings me to another big question, which is where the fuck's the source code?
The source code, the source code is right now on our own self-hosted server. You right now you cannot access it. We're still figuring things out, and I'm a voluntarist, and I don't want to be vulnerable, which means like we are going to release a NIP, which is describing how exactly it works. You can see all the live feed and all the alerts and verify that they're encrypted and we don't have any private information. And I'm honestly like I'm open to discussion about open sourcing. I want to do that, but I think we will do it a bit later.
Well, guys like us aren't going to adopt it till it's open source. You got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
the audience you're going for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we were starting Trezor, we had like huge discussions internally, how to do it and what to do, and open source and not open source. And so we did open source. Obviously, it handles money. Honey badgers are extremely sensitive about their coins, so it made sense. And we were hoping that we will have a lot of security reviews and a lot of contributors because it's open source, and that didn't really happen, to be honest. What it cost was, for us, we kind of, first of all, we self-funded most of the development. We did some fundraising with pre-sales, and then we open sourced, of course, and eventually there was a bunch of knockoffs, uh, Chinese, American, you name it. And it was almost an internal joke because they were just sitting and waiting for us to release new features and fixes and patches, and so that they can adopt it. And they never contributed. So although I'm a huge open source fan, I'm running a lot of open source stuff on my devices. I need to make this project not vulnerable and survive. So let's see. Like I'm not 100% decided on this or that, and I'm hearing what you're saying, and I hear the same in my head. But right now we're not open source.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be using Trezors if the firmware wasn't open source. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of it's like it's a security requirement. That's the thing. Like if that's the audience you're going for, you're making like a security privacy product. It's just a requirement. You got to deal with the free rider problem and all that. That's part of the beauty of making an open source project.
It's a tough one because unlike with Trezor, with Trezor, when we started, it was 2013, and Bitcoin was young, little developed, and we were early on. Guard is gonna fight with these giant, massive companies that have millions of users, huge marketing budgets, big brands, and that's a very different positioning. So yeah, I'm this is a battle I'm having in my head, and I need to find a good way, and then maybe ask you, like, what is it in the code that you would like to inspect?
All of it.
Okay, well, we can maybe give you you can read code. If you can read code, I'll give you the code.
Oh, you want to trust Thane Riddle, the famous criminal, worldwide criminal? I literally made a segment on my show where I said everyone should openly steal closed source, like that you should use the leaks and you should just give them to everybody, and then you should fork them. And you want to offer that guy the source code.
Yeah, like, look, I hear you. I also have reasons for not doing it right now. And I think those are good reasons. We are a tiny team. We, run this without any investors. I don't want any investors. So it's demanding. And there's truly big companies that would want to have this. They would love to have it and wipe us off the face of the earth very easily. And so it's a tough question.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't always go that way. Like sometimes open source projects do get contributions and funding. And And sometimes it's, it's because they have like an MIT style license or whatever. Like the classic examples like FreeBSD. Mac OS is mostly FreeBSD. So then Apple just becomes their little sponsor forever. So, sometimes that works out. But yeah, I mean, monetizing open source shit is like, it's hard. It's something the world is working out still. And I don't have all the answers there. I just know that we got to do it. And we're going to be watching you and waiting for you to release the source.
Okay.
So that we can use it.
Deal.
And I wish you the best of luck with that. Now I'm going to let's touch more on metadata privacy. Because metadata is a sneaky thing. Now we kind of talked about this for a second, but some GART users will be folks who already have Nostr identities, and some of them will choose to link an existing Nostr identity they have to GART. But you've got this cool little feature to avoid linking that identity to everything, which is I guess you like spin up another Nostr identity as derived from
Yes.
the other key. Is that right?
Yes, the app simply creates a hidden system key.
And that system key is used to do like, what exactly is it used to do? Like all the GART stuff?
So you use the main Nostr identity to invite your friends. The invitations are gift wrapped, so that's protected. But then the system key, let's say the internal identity, is signing all the main events. So the alert is signed by this secondary identity. Anything else that happens within the chats, the group chats, the DMs, launching, triggering, stopping alerts, all of this is handled by the secondary identity. So there's really no way to know that this guy on Nostr is actually triggering any alert. There's no way.
Yeah, that's good. And currently you only make one of these system keys, right? To be the owner and the watcher in like every single group you're in.
That's right.
It does strike me that it might be better for reducing analysis of the network and correlation attacks that you would spin up a new secondary key for every group. I feel like that would be better.
So right now you own one group. We also have something called a button key. The button itself has a key. It hints on the fact that in the future we will have more buttons. So these button keys isn't yet another separation from all the flows. And so you will have multiple button keys connected to one or multiple groups. I think that's a pretty neat design. We may have to find other
Wait.
options.
So are you saying you already can make other keys to use for other groups?
Sorry, my audio sometimes has a weird buzz. So are we saying that what?
That you already can make other keys for like other groups. Like if you're a watcher in another group, it can be with a different key. You can already do that?
Well, we do have right now one group. That's all. You can have 10 watchers in a group.
Well, I mean, if you're a watcher in another person's group, is it using the same? It's using the same system key, right?
You as a watcher have one system key. Not like it's the same for different groups. So you as a watcher can be a watcher in multiple groups. All your friends can set up their own group, invite you over, so you're watching over 10 different people or 20 different people. It's possible.
Right. But do you think you might ever make it that it's a different key for every group? Because I think that would be better for metadata privacy.
The button is basically when you trigger the alert, the button encrypts to the group key, in the future, if you have more groups, it will have to encrypt to multiple group keys. So that's gonna be possible. So we will have an array, sorry, an array of finder keys that the button is basically encrypting to.
All right. Now, can watchers how are group members named or identified to other members? Can the watchers see how many other watchers are in the group and who they are and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
The watchers can see each other. It's kind of a shared group, so the assumption is that you invite to the group your closest people. You should probably not have a huge group. It's counterproductive. First of all, like you don't want to alert 20, 30, 40 of your friends when there's an emergency. Why? Well, because it's unnecessary, it's counterproductive. There are some principles in handling crisis situations, and there should be a very tight, small group. We do allow up to 10 people in a group, but it's just because some families may be huge. And so we thought to limit it to 5, and it's really just the app interface that's limiting this. And we want to advise people like keep it tight, keep it small, and invite people to the group that you really really trust with your life.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be nice though to have a feature where like you could make a group where the watchers can't see each other or something. That would be kind of nice.
Yep. We are already working on this as well.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
Now, the site says when you link a Nostr identity you've already got to GART, it's publicly announced that you're on GART now. Is that something you can opt out of?
Not really, because it's allowing you to find other GART users. So when you're adding your watchers through the search, it finds that particular person. So you can either enter the npub, paste the npub, or just search for Thane, and it will find the Thane who is on GART.
Does the GART client reveal user presence to other users in the same group?
The main Nostr identity is publicly announcing on Nostr that it's on GART.
No, but I mean like when you're online, is your online presence, like whether you're online or offline, is that leaked to other group members in any way?
No.
Okay. Are there delivery receipts?
Of like?
Yeah, like if someone sends a message or an alert, are there delivery receipts to?
Okay. No, we don't have that. The only thing that is confirmed is when you press, as a watcher, you press the button, I'm handling this.
Yeah.
And that's visible in the group because we don't
that's how it
want,
should be.
Yeah, we don't want all the people to start calling the victim, right? That would not be great.
Have you ever, and this might show how little I know about how Nostr works under the hood. Have you guys talked about any like network obfuscation, like using Nostr nodes to relay data to other nodes, kind of like onion routing or something?
We have not gotten there, to be honest.
Well, it's a pretty weird thing to get to. I don't think anyone's done it yet.
Yeah.
I know other people have thought of it.
There's a Nostr VPN that's been recently published, but that's about it. I'm a bit worried that if we started playing with Tor, it would add a lot of latency.
Oh, I'm not talking about Tor. I'm talking about like using Nostr nodes themselves. This is really probably something that should exist outside the scope of GART. Like it should be a NIP, I guess, where you can use, and maybe it's already, I mean, maybe you're right. Like maybe Nostr VPN is what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm just talking about using Nostr nodes to relay data, maybe with onion routing or something. But it's really outside the scope of GART. Someone else should do it.
Yeah, someone who understands that.
Now, is it literally like Satoshi Labs behind GART, or just
No. This is my own baby.
it's yours? And what's the story with you guys? Like, is your company a legal entity? Are you a fucking DAO? Or are you just some guys with a website?
There is a legal entity that organizes the trainings. Yeah, there is a company.
And you say that you've been getting no outside funding.
Sorry, you've been getting what?
No outside funding?
No outside funding. We run this show on our own, building. No, I really don't like the VC game.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
It's mostly not good, I think, how it turns out. Do you think you might ever want to decentralize the development in some way?
It is very much decentralized. Like we have people in 5 continents right now. Like there is no office per
Well,
se.
I guess I mean like to develop it with a fucking DAO or something.
I haven't thought about it.
Well, now you have, because I said it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some other cool shit you want to bring up about the GART protocol?
I mentioned the test alert and the live alert, right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty nice. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you need to test it. Yeah, that's a good feature. Now this is something I bring up a lot on the show.
We have a cool thing. Sorry, we have a cool thing built in, and that's a key rotation. So, so you need to be able to remove a watcher, or the watcher wants to leave the group.
Right. Yeah.
And so we don't want the watcher that has been left out of the group to be able to receive the future alerts. So in the moment when someone leaves the group, there is a key rotation happening. And the cool thing is it's happening over Nostr relays. So even off sync, let's say. So this is handled, and I really like that. What else?
Yeah, you should actually, it would be good to have key rotation, like just periodically, whether you're removing people or not. I think white noise does that. That would obfuscate the metadata a little more.
That would. It may complicate some stuff that we plan for the future, though, but or not actually. Yeah, no, it's definitely a thing that we need to think through better.
That's cool. Now, this is something I bring up a lot on this show, and I always like to take my chance to bring it up again. On your site, you guys harp, as you brought up earlier, on the skyrocketing rate of $5 wrench attacks against crypto whales with shitty OPSEC. And I understand you guys even keep a research database on $5 wrench attacks. Isn't that right?
That's right. It's on stats.gart.io with some visualizations. Now, those stats are actually not great because they're super underreported. And by super, I mean manyfold more cases are actually happening. And this is just what we are able to gather from the internet.
Maybe you could even try and make an educated guess on how, if you could get some info on how underreported it might be, you could extrapolate like a guess as to the total.
Anywhere between 3 to 50 fold.
That's quite a range.
That's quite a range, and I'm taking that range from 2 specific countries. One is France, where we have, I don't know, 40, 47, something in that range, cases known, and French authorities released the information that there was over 120.
Right.
And then I heard, I heard, and that this is in the grapevines, a guy from Ghana. We have one case from Ghana, and he told me in person that there was at least 58 cases. So it's it's really hard to say. Obviously, people don't want to share those stories. Most people don't, for different reasons. Some don't even go to the police, and I totally
Oh
get
yeah,
that. The
it's a
the
dark
interest
number. Yeah.
it's a really, this is just to visualize it a bit so that people understand that it's really a growing trend, and they should get their shit together and start acting like this free sovereign person that they want to be, and not just custody their own keys, but actually take care of their own safety.
Yeah.
The
That's why I
interesting
bring it
part,
up all the time.
yeah, that's what you're talking about, and I really love Vonu for this. It's all about those topics. More people should be listening. The interesting part, though, about those stats is that you can see there's a correlation chart with the Bitcoin price, and
All right.
until last year, it was kind of like copying the price trend. Media talk more about Bitcoin, so more idiots come with this idea to attack someone, and then they go home with a few dollars in Bitcoin. In 2025, it seems that this started to decouple, and now even criminals understood the value of Bitcoin, and they don't care whether there's correction in market or not, and simply go for it. So this is one trend.
It's funny because 2025 is the same year when Monero decoupled, like the price of Monero decoupled even more than it did before. That's kind of interesting.
Yep. And the second thing that nobody wants to talk about or hear is that crypto is just a tool to extract wealth from people. And we have several cases already on the file of people that have never even heard of Bitcoin before. And they were still like, they had home invasion. There was an elderly couple somewhere in the UK. And
Oh yeah,
some
for
thugs
sure.
come to their house and force them to open a Coinbase account, go through all the KYC, all the verification, and then they force them to transfer all their life savings to the Coinbase account and just, withdraw the sats or whatever they chose, maybe some stable coins or something. You had
Yeah,
a
I mean,
story of...
if Thane Riddle agreed to consult with violent criminals, that might be how I'd say. I mean, I'd say Monero if possible, but or yeah, whatever. They could just swap the Bitcoin for Monero, but yeah, I mean it's like ransomware attacks, right? Like they all use Monero. It's the right way to go.
I would advise them to use stablecoin.
Well, yeah, but then they got to swap it out. But yeah, whatever on ramp works. You can just swap from any crypto to any crypto anyway.
There's this Tether company that has been blocking and reversing transactions. That was the Ledger case that was kind of in the media a lot, and so they took the co-founder of Ledger in January last year and approached the company, and after paying some, I think 1 Bitcoin as an initial prepayment, they agreed with the criminals to send them Tether. So then Tether went and, hey, and there's a stop button, which was kind of cool. So hey, we gotta embrace these tools and teach the criminals to use those tools instead of fully private and unstoppable, unreversible money.
Oh, but they're gonna figure it out. It's all part of the game. Okay,
They already
criminals using
did.
it it's a testament to how good it is. It's
Yep.
it's like a testimonial. You know, it's like a good review.
True. True.
Now, is your statistics database on $5 wrench attacks like open, so like anyone can download it or analyze it?
Yeah. And it's
That's
based
cool.
off, like it stands on the shoulders of Jameson Lopp, who started tracking these since a couple of years already. And he has files from 2014, basically. But I never like to use it because it's on GitHub and it's just a list and it doesn't tell you anything. It's
Right.
just a list, right?
Yeah.
And so I went and I spent a few months actually reading all of the cases. It's like if
Yeah.
someone likes brutal stuff, then please go ahead to our website and just nerd
Well, I
out.
do like to put it on my news every time I hear about new $5 wrench attacks. The more brutal, the better. Like that one
Thing,
in Vancouver or whatever, where his daughter was like getting raped, and they were like being tortured for hours.
Yeah. So this is the feeling that I had when I was reading all the stories, because I just needed to attempt to analyze them and see what kind of scenarios are unfolding. Whether it's a kidnapping from the street, or it's a home invasion, or it's a peer-to-peer trade, or it was some kind of social engineering, different ways how the criminals approach people, and to see whether they have different patterns, like violence patterns. And they indeed have different violence patterns. So analyzing all of those cases was kind of a tough job to do, but well, we did it and we keep doing that. That's why it's there. It's for people to go and try to understand how it's happening and what they should be preparing against or for.
Now,
But
on that note,
saying with your black humor, you would be a perfect Central European guy. It's like,
well, yeah, I've worked very hard to get rid of the accent. Yeah. Now, as you brought up earlier, you guys are actually my competition because you're also offering privacy and security training and consulting services, right?
mm-hmm. So
What? Yeah, go on. Tell them about it.
For the digital privacy, digital OPSEC, we actually partnered with Max Hillebrand's team.
Oh,
because they just do it really, really well. And I mean, he's extremely knowledgeable person. I trust him and his team that they can, they will never ask the clients for intimate stuff, for their keys, passphrases, stuff like that. So that part is in tight cooperation with Max. We have experts on the physical security, let's say, especially one really, really good. He's a fixer, fire extinguisher, risk manager, a continuity of operations expert. He has some military background, but he's not really the traditional military guy, you know.
you should help me get that guy on the show if he's not too shady.
He will not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I wouldn't have
will
either.
not.
Once upon a time. Speaking of which, you should just switch to me. Screw all those guys. Just switch from Max Hillebrand. Just send them all to me.
I'm happy to talk about it, Dane. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't want to, like, this is not a grab. I don't want to internalize everything. You know, I really want to focus on the tool that we're building, but the education, the advisory, the trainings are complementary and they're needed.
Yeah.
Because you cannot just give a tool into someone's hands and they will not be able to use it well.
Oh
It's
yeah,
with
they can always
everything.
fuck it up. Yeah, it's all about their behavior.
Yeah. So you can have a panic button, you can have an alert app or whatever, but then you are using a classic Android phone and anyone can just easily track you. You do your shopping and you order stuff to your home address, right? All of these
Ugh.
things that people need to internalize and start changing
Yeah.
is something that we do with those trainings and the advisory.
Yeah, I
It
got to branch out into courses too. I heard that's a good scam. That's what Watchman Privacy does too. Could make more money that way. Now, we got only a few minutes left. Is there any other weird shit you want to talk about? This is where the interview goes to shit. You can talk about whatever dumb shit you're into. Fringe science, conspiracy theories, scientific racism. Argue against the age of consent. Make calls to violence. You can say the word nigger. But don't talk about medical uses of colloidal silver because that's just going to get us banned.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I want to focus on this thing, not going on tangents because it's just distraction. I'm interested in many things in private,
Yeah.
but I think that's like really a private moment to have, face to face, talking. Maybe having you something to drink. I don't drink. Me something to smoke. I don't know if you smoke. And
I'm
just
actually made of smoke or technically cold plasma because I'm a wraith.
oh,
Yeah, it's true. Oh, and the question on everyone's minds is, are you single?
well, that's gotten private really quick.
I'll take that as a yes. So just give us your plugs, all the links and things. I don't know, your fucking Twitter or something.
Yeah, it's kind of a cheesy my Twitter handle. I'm a bit ashamed of that, but it's Alena Satoshi. Same on Nostr. You can find me there as well. And it's not because I think I'm a Satoshi, okay? It's because I needed some account back in the days when I was at Satoshi Labs, and I wasn't very creative with that. But so Alena Satoshi is where you can follow my occasional blabber, and you can also spot maybe some of my private opinions about the world. But I prefer to keep it more to one-on-ones, nice conversations.
And for
Over the
Gart, it's
call.
gart.io.
Gart.io. Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Alena, for putting up with us and being on the show.
It was lovely. I hope to come back when we have more news. And
Please
they're
do.
coming.
Especially when you open source it.
I knew it. Okay, Thane. But you have a point. I have to give it to you.
Damn right I do.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, go to fucking PAZNIA.com/SimpleX to find all the SimpleX chats. Anyone who's going to be military age, 13 to 25 in the next 10 years, tell them that we're on TikTok at PAZNIA Radio. I'm a super serious, really good privacy and security consultant and service provider. Go to vonupodcast.com/CD. Talk to me on session or SimpleX. Give me money. I'll help you. On the next show next week, I don't fucking know what I'm going to do. I'll finish the tool shit. I don't know what's going to happen, man. I haven't known for a long time. I'll leave you with a quote from the Tao Te Ching. Do the difficult things while they are easy, and do the great things while they are small. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. Self-Liberation Saturday will keep going for some hours still with probably not sundry PRMD programming because I just talked over it all, or rather she did, followed by 2 new live shows, Tinker Tribe and The Life and Times of PAZNIA. So don't touch that dial, boss. Stay tuned and stay frosty.